So, Hirohei did a brief video on it about, you know, Twitter and Blue Sky competing to see which one's worse these days, going apeshit over International Men's Day. I'm just really fucking curious how they're going apeshit about it. Like, I am intrigued. My curiosity is piqued. So I want to see just how crazy they went.
Over the years, I've made a couple videos on International Men's Day, and it's really interesting how the simple mention of this day, International Men's Day, can cause some people to just become enraged. I've previously talked about this occurring over on Twitter. However, this year it's also occurring on this other app called Blue Sky. For example, in this video, we'll take a look at this post by Popbase over on Twitter and also on Blue Sky, which reads, "Today is International Men's Day." So here we are over on Blue Sky, and you can see if I scroll through the responses, they're pretty much all negative. You know, like, people are just mad.
Shit, he's going too fast. He's going too fast. Hang on. I need to back that up. He was going way too fast. I want to actually read these. See, love how the comments here are either kind, mean, sexist, and horny. Feel like Twitter right here. Don't like it. Okay, so this must be on Blue Sky. This one. Pegged as the screen killer. I'm gonna be blatantly honest. I don't get how this is supposed to relate to International Men's Day. All of the men here are alive. Meg is revealed as the Ghostface killer. Huh? I don't get it. Yeah. What a coincidence. It's also international in all for... This is a guy shitting on Men's Day. What a coincidence, it's also International Incel Awareness Day. Are you fucking kidding me? This is a guy saying this. If his name and his profile picture means anything. Oh, it has, Brandon, it has. I've said this for a long time. Calling someone an incel is absolutely meaningless. Like, right now, the only thing calling you could, not you, the only thing...
I can only imagine the outrage and news headlines if this was done on International Women's Day.
Hey, don't worry, Raven, I'm getting to that. Don't you fucking worry, I'm getting there. But, with calling someone an incel these days? Literally, it only indicates that the person does not agree with you about something. That's it. You know, to the people out there in internet land that have lost the meaning of incel, incel means involuntarily celibate. To put it bluntly, it just basically means like a guy wants to fuck and he can't fuck because no one will fuck him. That's what incel means. That word is, bear in mind, it was a word made up to insult basically people, guys that can't get laid. That's it. It was a word that was created to be an insult to guys that just can't get laid. Now, it literally just means a man that doesn't agree with what you're saying. That's it. It means nothing else anymore. Absolutely nothing else. So again, it's a word, like, granted, this word did not have any power to begin with. I've said, like, words have lost their power because they've just been so grotesquely abused for the last decade or so. This one never had any power to begin with, but it's lost all meaning. It has. Like, if someone, anytime nowadays, if someone calls another person an incel, you've won the argument. So, okay, so chat, yeah, I'm gonna give you a heads up here. If you are speaking to someone, or if someone's speaking to you, and you disagree with them about something, just, like, civilly, if you civilly disagree with someone about something, and they say you're an incel, you've won the argument. And tell them that. You literally, if someone fires back that you're an incel, you have just won the argument. Because they are so fucking cooked and cannot offer a logical and legitimate counter argument to what you have said. Their name call. They cannot counter what you said. So you have just won your argument. So if they call you an incel, say, cool, I win, walk away. You've won. You literally have. You have literally won. Just do that. Because they're looking for you to fire back and get offended and insulted. So that way they can, like, just insult you more and say, see, you're just somebody challenges you, which they're not actually doing, and you're just gonna scream. No, just somebody calls you insult, just go, cool, I won, and walk away. Because they're not gonna have anything, they're not interested in discourse. They only care about having an echo chamber. That's all they care about. And when you don't give them that, they got nothing.
People are just mad.
What was that last one? I wanted to read that last one real quick. They have enough. Oh, ew. Okay, sweetheart. They have enough pop bass. Report on what Jennifer Coolidge is up to these days. Cleanse our TL? What? Okay, Fendra. Chat, I think Fendra is a drag queen. So, Fendra the drag queen doesn't like International Men's Day. Shocking. Report on what Jennifer Coolidge... What the fuck has Jennifer Coolidge been doing lately? Seriously, what the fuck has she even been doing lately? I haven't heard anything.
I think we all know what this picture is implying, and then right below that says, what a coincidence, it's also International Incel Awareness Day. Another saying, ew, get that off my timeline.
Get that off my timeline. Dude? The timeline works off your algorithm. The timeline algorithm works off of your viewing. That's on Twitter and Blue Sky. The timeline is literally based upon what the previous tweets that you've reacted to. So you've reacted or you viewed tweets that literally that fed into the algorithm to put this front and center on your timeline. You only have yourself to blame.
Guess Miss Andrea was the one thing that got dragged into Blue Sky from Twitter. Blue Sky is going down pretty quickly after reading the comments.
Wait. Okay. So this one is actually in support of it. Because this guy's talking about, that how men hating women came over from Twitter to Blue Sky. So this one's actually in support of International Men's Day. Just basically calling out the bitches, essentially. It's also World Toilet Day. Fuck's sake. Blue Sky is going down pretty quickly after reading the comments. Yes, you hate men, I get it. But you don't need to rub it in our faces. You have your day, be happy. Let us have a day that mostly no one remembers. Happy Men's Day.
Yes, you hate men, I get it. But you don't need to...
And he's right. Yeah. He's absolutely right.
to rub it in our faces. You have your day, be happy, let us have our day. That mostly no one remembers. Happy Men's Day. You can see that these sort.
Hang on, what was that last one? And like regular life, no one will give a shit. But when International Women's Day comes along, it's all over the news and Harold the Dumb Company front page. Yeah? All over the news. It's on the company front page. Companies will have flat out fucking events for it. Yeah, and Brett Bassett? Honestly, you're not wrong. How long before Father's Day is basically just tossed aside? And regulated to the same as International Men's Day, where it's essentially almost forgotten about. Like, if things are allowed to continue to progress in this way, Father's Day is going to go the same way this is. It'll be there, but no one's going to give a shit about it. No one's going to talk about it. It's just going to be a little like, it's Father's Day. Why don't you get your dad something? That's it. Do you make commercials about mothers on Father's Day? I was not aware of that. Okay. I don't watch television, so I don't see commercials. So, okay. I was unaware of that they were already doing that. Father's Day is now celebrating single moms. Wow. Yeah, so yeah, so modern society is basically completely shitting all over men. Completely. And yeah, since, well, I mean, we're not only barely in this, but yeah, if the script was flipped and this was done, something like this was done on International Women's Day, that people would be up in arms and there would be every fucking news agency would be running stories about toxic men or misogynists harassing women about International Women's Day. If the script got flipped, guarantee you that's what would happen. We have to call it Wait, who's the we, Shadow? Are you being Shadow? What are you being speculative? Or is there somewhere that people are actually trying to force that, calling it Parents' Day and not Mother's and Father's Day? I'm really curious because that actually, this is the crazy part. That may just be like sarcastic, but the general we, okay. Like, you say that sarcastically, the fact that it feels like it legitimately will happen should fucking terrify you. It should. Like, that's something that everybody's missing. That some absolutely batshit crazy stuff can be talked about in a sarcastic manner, and your first thought is, wait, that's real? And don't understand it's sarcasm is a testament to just how sorry a state society is that we can actually hear some batshit crazy statements like that and think it's real and not immediately go, oh, that's funny, that would never happen. No, it very likely will happen. And I honestly would love to see, come around next year on International Women's Day, I would like to see, just as a matter of a social experiment, people, and I don't mean just men. Women, you do too. Shit all over International Women's Day, just like people are shitting all over International Men's Day. So, let's see what happens. Let us fucking see what happens. Because I guarantee you, if it does happen, it will be like, the women will be reeing from the rooftops, most women, and every fucking news agency will be running a story about toxic men attacking women. Guarantee you, because they're not doing it about men. They're not saying toxic women attacking men over International Men's Day. It's not happening, is it? No, it's not.
You can see that these sort of responses go.
Let's enjoy this day by dismantling the... Really? Fucking really? You're going to take a day meant to celebrate men, the one fucking day out of the year, and say, let's just rip them apart. Fuck you, doo-doo. Fuck you. On the same day as National Have a Bad Day? And here's the thing. Half of these are fucking men. Look at this one above. It's hard to see. This guy saying, not on my watch. a guy saying, no International Men's Day. Bo, no, I have to admit, I'm probably not surprised. I am heartbroken. I am fucking heartbroken over it. Like, it really does break my fucking heart that people are so disgusting like this towards men now. It absolutely just shatters me. Like, you know, I'm sorry. Absolutely none of these fuckers should ever scream for equality ever again. Do you want to pull this shit? Don't you dare fucking scream about equality. I don't want to fucking hear it from you. Because you don't want equality. You don't. You want your echo chamber. You want to kiss the DEI ring. And you want to try and feed the beast that cannot be fed because you don't have a life. You don't have a fucking life outside of Twitter. Or Blue Sky, whichever. This one's Blue Sky. You don't have a life outside of social media. You know that you are an unimportant piece of shit that nobody cares about, and this is the only way you find meaning in life. Because you have nothing to offer anyone outside of this. That's the kind of people these are. The terminally online ones like this are the ones that do not have anything to offer outside of angry tweets. You had a DEI mandatory in-person meeting today, Mose? Really? Told you I told you the shit's in the businesses. I told you. And then of course the ever popular excuse of every day is International Men's Day. F that shit. There's always at least 50,000 of these.
To go on and on. Back over
2
on Twitter,
hours,
the same
Jesus.
post that popped.
Here's to celebrating the strength, kindness, and resilience of men everywhere. Wonderful. Love this. Fucking love this. Let's all appreciate the men that we know. Thank them for everything they've done for you, but don't forget to hate on the fucked weirdos too. You know what? Yeah. I'm there. Use it to raise awareness about men's mental health, which is more often than not ignored and considered unmanly to care about. I'm even going to take it even a step further. Men's mental health is something to be derided. Like, men's mental health is a thing. And it is just as important as the mental health of women. And as and just as important of the mental health of those within the LGBT community. It is just as important. Do you want to know why? Because contrary to the popular belief of, not these guys, but the last group of idiots that we saw, men are human fucking beings. I know you don't like to admit it. And no, Chad, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to the internet. Men are actually human beings. They have emotions. They have thoughts. They have mental health issues, just like women, just like homosexuals, and just like transgender people. Just because you have this fantasy that they are some kind of mythical oppressors, which means you have the mental health issue, mind, doesn't mean that they do not exist and do not have mental health issues too. That you likely have inflicted upon them.
Base made there, we can see a lot of the responses are actually positive. But of course, not all of them are. For example, one saying,
the comments I'm reading from entitled women on here make me so glad I'm a gay man. Based. Fucking based right here. Hell yeah. And you know what? This is the perfect example of how, of someone in the LGBT community that doesn't fuck with any of this DEI woke bullshit. Right here. The comments I'm reading from entitled women on here make me so glad I'm a gay man. He didn't, like, megaphone it or go on a tangent. He just said, I'm a man. I happen to be gay. Deal with it. Fucking based. Followed, of course, by Noah with a picture of a hot girl in the profile saying, abolish it immediately. Cool. So, Noah, Playboy Kylie. I guess you're a woman? I don't fucking know at this point. So, Noah, I'll make you a deal. Playboy Kylie, I'll make you a deal. Abolish International Men's Day. If you abolish International Women's Day, right the fuck along with it. You want to get rid of one? Get rid of both. What do you have to say to that? Put up or shut up. We'll get rid of International Men's Day. As long as International Women's Day goes right the fuck along with it. I'm fine with that. How about you?
Abolish it immediately. And right above that, as you can see, that commenter talking about how the toxic responses are making him glad that he's a gay man. While there's still toxic.
And the real Mothra Leo. Thank you for the follow.
Toxicity in the responses on Twitter. Many of the posts are also positive.
Really? They need a day because men are amazing. Okay, I think this is genuine. I'm gonna say this is genuine. Ladies, this is a reminder to appreciate and support the men in your lives. Wonderful. Damn, the hate is crazy. Yay, celebrating cute boys being cute. Party time. Okay. Fisky? Oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness. Fisky? Okay. I mean, if you want to celebrate International Men's Day for cute boys being cute, I'm there with you. I'm there. To put things in perspective, in the United States, men make up about 50% of the population and any 80% of the self-deletions a year. I know, Andrea, I know. It's the statistical fact, yeah.
Positive, with men and women wishing guys a happy International Men's Day, and other posts including men celebrating by posting very gay.
I love the man in my life, means everything to me. He always brightens my day, spoils me, and works his ass off every day to make sure I'm taken care of. There are still a lot of wonderful men out there, and I'm so grateful for mine. God bless our hardworking and loving men. I love it. Okay, Leo, have a good one. If I wasn't homosexual before I read some of the comments, I would be now. International Men's Day with an 07 and a prayer. This one, this top one I love. I love this one. Samurai Lily, you're a good one. You're a good one. Thank you for doing that.
Gay things that would get me in a lot of trouble if I showed them here on YouTube. So let's go back to Blue Sky and see more of the responses over there. The bureaucratic and patriarchal institutions already celebrate this every day. Stop trying to make misandry exist. It doesn't.
Number one, explain to me how men are celebrated. Explain to me how men are celebrated every day. Merlisa. Explain it to me. I want you, Merlisa, to explain to me how men are celebrated every day instead of women. How exclusively men are celebrated every day. I want you to explain that to me. And your very statement proves misandry exists, you dumbass. Thank you for making my point, Merlisa. You actually fucked your own argument. Bravo.
Oftentimes the people complaining like this live in the US, and it's really funny.
Royce? Say, before I went into this video, that's what I was saying. Before I started this, was not aware that it was a thing. I was also aware there are a lot of other social days that are in existence. I did not realize International Men's Day was a thing either. So, take heart, you're not alone with this. Fish. I love you. I'm only kidding. And women wonder why men don't bother dating more. Yeah, Cheryl Swordsman, this is it. I mean, this is like every woman posting this shit on Blue Sky and Twitter. All she reading, why won't men date me? Hello. Really? Really, Gord, you did it? You must be like me, where you don't watch TV or anything. And so it's not like broadcast, it's not like inundated in the news. The only reason I knew about International Women's Day coming around every year is because my place of employment before would actually set up like a little table thing and actually have women come into the business, like business people, like professional women come into the business, as sort of like a thing for International Women's Day. That's the only reason why I knew about it. And the event keeper, thank you for the follow. Welcome.
Because there are patriarchal countries out there, but they generally don't live in them. It sure would be interesting if people like this actually moved to a patriarchal country, and then they'd see what it's really like. Instead, they want to complain about men and some alleged patriarchy, trying to put all the blame on these things instead of taking any accountability for why their lives suck.
Yeah. And he just said something. I'm going to expound. I will expound. So people on Blue Sky and Twitter saying down with the patriarchy. You make it sound like men are the only ones in charge of everything in the country. Why are you so sexist? Why are you so sexist? Because the last I checked, it wasn't only men that were CEOs. It wasn't only men that were mayors. It wasn't only men that were judges. It isn't only men that are members of the law enforcement community. It isn't only men in Congress. Last I checked, women were in those positions of power also. We've talked about this before. They are very conveniently ignoring all of the women holding the exact same positions of power that they are denigrating only because men hold those positions. I think. You know what that is, ladies and gentlemen, that are calling out the patriarchy? That's sexist, you dumb motherfuckers. That's misandrist. That is the definition of it.
Now taking a look at more responses. Men don't deserve an international day until they can stop making life worse for everyone who isn't a man.
This is so stupid it defies description. The angel here is actually advocating for genocide. That is literally an advocation for genocide of men. By saying they don't deserve a day until they can stop making life worse for everyone who isn't a man. Okay, what's left? Women. So Angel, in a roundabout way, is wanting to do away with all men. Kind of like most of these modern day versions of feminists. Because they're not. Bear in mind, the modern day feminist is not a feminist. It is not. The modern-day feminist is a misandrist. That is what the modern-day feminist is. Because you see, you hear, like, the most popular soundbite for this was on The View, when all of the crusty-ass, old, mummy-coochified things on The View were basically with one exception on that panel, we're all talking about how men are fucking terrible and they should be gotten rid of. And they have no need for men. Every fucking one of them was saying, we don't need men. Men should just go away. Including the ones that were married, mind you. Oh, I heard. Yeah, including even the ones on that panel that were married were saying, get men out of here, we don't need men. There was one woman on that panel that was like, hold up. One of them did a hold up and said, you're wrong. That everything you are saying is wrong. And you know what happened? They all talked over her. And that's what those screeching old crows on The View do. They are the embodiment of the echo chamber, and if anyone tries to explain to them, you're fucking wrong, and here's why, they excuse me. They just start reeing over them. The minute someone tries to tell them, you're incorrect, here's why, I'm going to explain why, and not just say you're wrong and leave it at that, they just start screeching and reeing and crowing and everything else over them, so they can't make their point. So yeah, if you want like a visual of bullshit modern day feminism that is literally just misandrist, and the echo chamber of this entire movement, The View. Yeah. Oh yeah, those those crusty old crack coochies they're fucking stupid. They act like they're smart because they actually have people giving them talking points, and they actually have, and they were able to calm their way into this position. But they're fucking morons. All they do is just parrot what they're told to parrot. They don't actually have any thought process behind it.
Sorry, not sorry. That person would even make that post their pinned post. That's like the post they're most proud of or something. They really thought they had something with that one. Another response saying, I'm sure we can skip this year.
Priya, Jamie P, or Jam P Nicole on Blue Sky. I'm calling you out too, sweetheart. So we can skip International Women's Day next year, right? We need to skip that, right? Fuck it. Yeah, and I'm sure if you're good with skipping International Men's Day, cool. We're gonna skip International Women's Day next year. Got a problem with it? Yes, I'm calling you out. I have Twitter. You can easily find me. I'm calling you out. We're good with skipping International Women's Day then, right? No problem there? And, the Blade of Robin, thank you for the follow, welcome.
Here's a response celebrating men. Well, one man, I guess. I think that's that Hassan person. This response to...
Wait a fucking goddamn second. Happy birthday to the only man ever. And it's a Is this who I think it is? No. Is this who I think it is? Chat. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think I might be. Sinchi, thank you for the follow. This is not the guy that Hassan idolizes. Is it? That the part of that what's that group called? Starts with an H. What's that terrorist group called that starts with an H? I've completely lost the word. No, no, no. Yeah, Houthi. This isn't him, is it? The Houthi? This isn't him, is it? No, this is not Hassan. I'm blocking a better picture of him, so you can't tell. That's not Hassan. Uh, like, I recognize the face, I can't place it. I cannot place the face, but oh well. Yeah, Tysel, that's what I was thinking. It looked like him. Um, is it? So this is the Houthi guy. So, okay, big shock. This person made his name after Hassan and has a picture of Hassan as the profile picture. So of course he supports terrorism. So yeah, he's saying the only man ever is a terrorist. So this guy's saying the only man ever is a terrorist. Considering he loves Hassan, that is not surprising. Zed Hassan is a terrorist sympathizer on Twitch who is the most popular political streamer on Twitch. And he likes to promote, put like terrorist propaganda on his channel. And Twitch has no problem with it. That's who Hassan is. Effectively, kind of, but he's got a huge audience.
This response to International Men's Day just says, absolutely the heck not. Yeah, okay, Carlene. This one says, woke up in a bad mood, and it makes sense why. This person looks to be having regrets about moving to Blue Sky, saying, right when I thought this site was better than Twitter for not being as negative, this post comes out and the reactions prove me.
Sweetheart, Blue Sky is just as bad as Twitter, and it always was. Blue Sky was never better than Twitter. Never. Blue Sky is just different verse, same as the first. It's social media. When a new social media platform comes around, it's always thought of, oh, this is going to be great now. This is going to be so much better than X, Y, or Z. 5 seconds later, it's just as bad. Because it's social media. All social media is a fucking trash fire. And yes, I know Dorsey said not to leave X because Blue Sky is worse. I know. Like, Jack Dorsey literally left quit Blue Sky. He was on the fucking board and he quit. Because he said it's worse than Twitter. I know. It's social media writ large. Excuse me. Social media writ large is one giant echo chamber. The faster you get that through your head, the better off you'll be. But that's the fact. Social media as a whole in this day and age is one giant echo chamber. And none of it's any good. So I don't go on any of it. Don't go on Facebook. Don't go on Twitter. Never been on Blue Sky, never will. Never been on Tumblr. Don't go on Instagram. Don't go on Snapchat. Don't go on TikTok. Don't go on any of it. Leave it the fuck alone. YouTube is fine because it's mostly entertaining videos. It's not the short form reading most of the time. Twitch, you can pick and choose who you're going to see for streaming. But the short form social media, Twitter, Blue Sky, TikTok, Instagram, all that, stay off it. Now, Discord, I don't consider short form social media. I don't. But just stay off of it. Your mental health will thank you if you stay off of it.
Me wrong. And another response says, all men need to start in jail and prove their way out.
Okay, Lil Sue. You want to play that fucking game, Lil Sue? You really want to play that game? Cool. So, Lil Sue, if you think all men need to start in jail and prove their way out, then how about all women need to start off as property and prove that they can become better and become their own person? Doesn't work quite so well, does it, Lil Sue? No, you'd vehemently oppose that, wouldn't you? Yeah. I could do this all fucking day. If you want to play this game. I could do this all fucking day. Essentially, that's kind of what I was insinuating without actually saying that. That's kind of what that was the diametric opposition to what she was saying. I was just not using that phrase.
Then they can have this day. What a nutcase. A simple men are trash. Wow, so original. Yeah, let's celebrate men's blatant
Thank you for the follow.
theft of women's inventions throughout history, and their erasure of women, or creating patriarchy, a system that benefits them and strips away our rights.
Okay. Alright. I'm gonna give this person about half credit. And, no, Gilly, International Men's Day was about 2 days ago. I'm gonna say she's kind of half right. Cause I know where she's coming at with this last statement. I do know where she's coming at from with this last statement. In that this is, I know this is a reference to Roe v. Wade. That you can tell. This is reference to that overturning. Blatant theft of women's inventions? You tell me it's never happened in reverse? Never? I find that hard to believe. And women are not the only individuals that have been erased throughout history. Plenty of men have been erased from history too. Was it all sunshine and rainbows? No. Did, in the earlier phases of human evolution, were men given more power? Yes. Like, this is one thing that these feminists conveniently forget all the goddamn time, is no one is saying that in history's past, men had, in the past, men had all the power and treated women badly. No one is saying that never happened. In fact, it's often talked about that we need to learn from the past. We need to learn from this. The problem is, people like this are acting like the early 1900s and before is happening now. They're refusing to acknowledge the strides that have been made in human society over the last, say, 100 years, where women have taken leaps in social standing, in careers, in politics, in all of it. They are conveniently ignoring all of that. They're also conveniently ignoring all of the men supporting that, encouraging it, and doing every goddamn thing they can to move it forward. They are very conveniently forgetting about that. And those who refuse to learn from history are doomed to repeat it. And yeah, I know. The modern Western women, basically, they took the fictional story of The Handmaid's Tale, and they're treating it like a guidebook. They're acting like The Handmaid's Tale is literally right around the fucking corner. They are. Like, these are the same people that I think that I honestly believe think that that World War Z is a documentary for real.
The only other post this person ever made was, patriarchy can't hurt men when its very purpose is to give men power, protect them, and take away women's basic rights. Stop watering down misogyny and how patriarchy hindered women's rights for centuries. Hashtag
Centuries past. Not present, you dumb bitch. And I'll tell you what. We can stop watering down misogyny when you stop watering down misandry. 'Cause guess what? That shit has fucking skyrocketed with super fuel. Elon Musk wishes his rockets had the level of thrust that misandry has gotten within the last couple years. So don't try and fuck with it. There's a fuckload more misandry these days than there is misogyny. A fuckload more.
#radfem. This person literally sounds as if they're like some feminist chatbot or something. What a dull and boring life that must be. So in summary, while Twitter is absolutely still toxic, Blue Sky is looking like Twitter 2.0, maybe even worse because there's like less of a balance right now. Personally, I don't have a Blue Sky, but I also don't really use my Twitter account. I haven't made a tweet on that account since like August, and maybe all year I've made like 20 tweets. So let me know what you guys think about both platforms, and I'll simply end by saying Happy International Men's Day to all the men out there. Hope you guys are having a great day. And thanks to everyone for tuning in. Consider liking and or subscribing if you enjoyed my coverage, and I'll see you in the next one.
Now, I got a little heated there, didn't I? Got a little fired up on that one, didn't I, chat? Oh my. Chat, I'm just gonna, like, this particular segment, I'm just gonna end it by saying, if you are engaging with someone, and you offer a point of disagreement for what they have been saying, and they reply back with basically an accusation of any kind of istophobia whatsoever, and that is their counter to you presenting an argument, a legitimate argument, just go, I win, and walk away. That is literally all you need to do. Just say, I win, and walk away. Because you have won. It means that they can't respond.